Hello folks, today I am on a very green mission. I've been trying to figure out how to recycle a couple of small appliances. Well, one small appliance, our microwave. We got a new microwave a couple, maybe a month or so ago, because when we had some friends over, so our microwave was next to our toaster oven. We had some friends over and our friend was making some bread or something in the toaster oven. Anyway, the bread went up in flames because it was set too hot. And the microwave cord which went by the toaster partially melted. So it wasn't a very good microwave anyway, and I didn't want to be fiddling around with using an appliance with a possibly damaged cord. So anyway, but you know, it's not a good idea just to dump your small appliance like that into your garbage can and forget about it. So Best Buy actually has is a drop-off center for quite a bit of electronic waste, printers, computers, monitors, toner cartridges, but they don't take microwaves. So I'm ending up taking it to the our county transfer station because they have a area where I can dump this stuff off. So I also have a printer. You can see both appliances back there. Well, I guess the printer's not really an appliance, but devices, I'll say. Our printer finally quit working also a couple months ago, so we replaced that with one that's even more wirelessly compatible, so which is really nice. It's really cool not having to have your printer plugged into your computer. I mean, you can put it anywhere in your office space or wherever your computer is. Let's see. Yeah, so I could have taken that to Best Buy, but Best Buy doesn't take the microwave, so the transfer station takes both. The other thing that I'm trying to recycle though is those little, I don't know if they're a half-gallon or 1 liter, you know, green camping butane canisters for like camping stoves and camping lights. And they do take those, but the recycling fee is $3 each for those. So, I mean, I think that's more than I actually paid for them. So I'm trying to figure out a cheaper alternative to that. One thing is, there's a little device, and I can't remember what it's called, but it, you know, once the thing is essentially empty, it pokes a hole into it and breaks the seal, so it's no longer a sealed canister, and then you can recycle them as if they're just, you know, steel scrap metal. So I'll have to look into that. Grand Rapids does actually have a like a full-on nice recycling center, but they're not open on the weekend, so I'm trying to get this done before the week. So you may be wondering what this has to do with Tesla. Nothing, except that you know, Tesla is big on recycling, and eventually will be doing their own massive battery recycling program. So and I've always been a fan of recycling. I don't like the idea of, like, it doesn't feel good to like contribute a lot of waste to landfill and just, you know, see the at least like non-biodegradable, you know, like fruit or rinds from a watermelon or something, you know, who cares? That's probably good wherever it's dumped, but I don't know, I just kind of trash in general, I don't like the idea of being a large trash producer, so it's nice having recycling options. So this transfer station is about it's about 20 minutes away, so it's not super close, but you know, I was kind of looking for an excuse to drive the Tesla somewhere. Alright, here we are. Recycling, plastic, metals, trash, electronics, safe chem, propane tanks. Well, it says appliances right there, so I guess I'll do the deed. One dirty deed done. Now, the printer is not an appliance, so maybe that's in a different area. I'll have to find out. That's it. Well, that went pretty well. I'm sure I'll have to be there again eventually. I noticed they have a box for those long tube fluorescent lights, which I have a couple I need to dispose of, so I'll probably be back. But I have actually noticed that at our Lowe's hardware store, there's some areas for recycling, and I think batteries might be one of them. I know they do recycle the fluorescent lights, so I'm glad LEDs have sort of caught up in light output and light quality, reliability, and different colors of light, so that we can move on from the CFLs and stuff, which are just a disaster for the quality of life for living spaces and what have you. And they actually use less energy than CFL, so I like LEDs. Speaking of that, I recently watched Bjorn's video where he changed out some of the LEDs in the Tesla, like in the cargo areas and stuff. So I'm thinking about getting some of those. I haven't decided though. They're not cheap. I mean, I guess relative to like car upgrades, they are cheap, but they're about so you can get one for like $13, or you can get four for $45, which is like what? That's a little less than $12 each. And then if you buy like 8, it's slightly cheaper, but not a whole lot. It ends up being about $10 to $12. Well, roughly $10 each plus change. So I definitely do want them for. There's one in the front, so that definitely needs to be brighter. Although on the other hand, I really don't use the front that much, so do you really need it? I don't know. And I mean, the other thing that I could do is get a little dome light, stick it to the underside of the front, and then the light's coming from the top down, instead of having a bulb down in that well, that could be blocked by luggage or something. So, but anyway, more light. Either way, more light would be nice in the front, and then also in the cargo area back there. There's, yeah. So I don't know if you can see them, but there's one light like right there, and then there's two, one here, and then on the corresponding other side over there. It would definitely be nice to have more light in the cargo area. There are other lights, like there's footwell lights and front and back footwell lights actually, but when you have the so my car has the upgraded premium interior and stuff, and I kind of like having the really dim, kind of almost ambiance lighting. And that like doesn't work very well if the lights are too bright. So I don't think I want to upgrade the footwell lights, because then if I have the interior, if I have the ambiance lights on, then it'd be too bright and then it would be annoying. I do have to double check though. Oh, there's a blue Tesla. Model S. I do have to check though, because I'm not sure if. So the wheel well lights, the footwell lights go on when you open the door and stuff, and I'm pretty sure they're part of the ambiance, but I have to recheck that to see. What else? And then there's puddle lights underneath the doors. Those could definitely be stronger. Unless it's like super dark, and your eyes are kind of adjusted for darkness. The puddle lights are not that great. So there's 4 of those. So I'm looking at like at least 8 to upgrade. Yeah. So we'll see. Again, that would be like $80 or $90 right there to do that, which that's definitely a cheap upgrade for what you're getting. The screen back here costs $90, so I would get a lot of use out of those lights. So we'll see. I'll probably end up doing it. Smooth tarmac.